The research that I'm doing is looking at causes of premature labor and altered blood flow in pregnancy. So for some moms, they deliver early because the baby isn't getting enough blood flow and enough nutrients. And so I'm trying to understand those mechanisms and look at markers in mom that will help us identify these moms and treat them early and hopefully prevent premature labor.
We ended up at Mattel Children's Hospital, UCLA, when I was put on bed rest at 19 weeks. Charlie was delivered at 24 weeks and a day, and he was transferred to Westwood when he was 2 weeks old.
The NICU is the unit where we take care of babies who are born premature or born with birth defects that they need intensive care for. They're often very times sick, and it's such a stressful experience for families. Imagine having your newborn child and not being able to take them home immediately. So the hope of our research is that we can help to alleviate some of the burden so people don't have to have their babies in the unit for as long, and they won't be as sick when they go home.
Part of our process here when Charlie was in the NICU was relying heavily on his primary nurses and the doctors.
So good to see you all grown up. And that's the machine that helped you breathe when you were very little. And Mommy was holding you. And she used to sit in the rocking chair just here and hold you.
Charlie, that was the diaper that you used to wear. They're little. We are little.
Yeah.
There was a day where I walked into the NICU and Charlie's primary nurses had looked at me and said, "We have news for you. Your baby will definitely go home." And I really credit them for him being here and him being healthy and for us having an incredibly, as low stress as it possibly could have been, an incredible 5.5 months where he was really well taken care of.
One of the cutting edge things about the research that we're doing here is that we're interested in looking at the babies not just when they're in the NICU with us, but how they do when they're much older. We know now that babies who are born premature or born small are at risk for different kinds of diseases, not only when they're older children, but even when they're adults, things like high blood pressure or heart disease or diabetes. And the research that we're doing is trying to look at how we could even intervene in the perinatal period, so when the baby's inside of mom or even when the baby's with us in the NICU, to try and prevent their risk for developing these diseases.
That's my writing. It says, Charlie going home, May 16th, 2010. Do you think you're a bit bigger? Yeah, I think so.
We as a family always credit his care at Mattel Children's Hospital at UCLA and his nurses and his doctors because they set him up to just have the healthiest discharge and outcome as he possibly could, and to have a really good sense of humor, clearly.